Machine set up, now let me go do my design. Okay. Careful not to. Okay. So, with the design, I've changed my plate size, I've selected glass engraving, and I've selected the rotary driver. I click OK. Okay. I now have my plate. Notice the zero point
is in the middle,
of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just do, some text. Oh, let's do constrained text, and let's call it. Someone messed with this setting. I want this to be. This is typically 6. Oh, percentage. This is typically 6%, 12%. Oh no, that's wrong. 12%, 6%. 6%, 12%. Choose my margin, right? I want to put, let's go with, let's do congratulations. Is that how you spell congratulations?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Congratulations with an exclamation point. And let me weld all of this.
Oh, text is not automatically welded even if you don't hit spaces?
No.
I did not know that. Okay, good to know.
So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger.
So you highlight it all and then you just hit dot?
Yes.
The first one, I think, of the dropout.
Right. So right there is all I want. Because here, it's all one word. If I were to ungroup it, it would be individual letters, but they're not welded.
Right.
So I can select it all and weld it. Keep in mind that once I weld it, it's no longer
separate.
Yeah. It's all
one giant vector file.
Exactly.
Didn't weld the exclamation or the dot? Or
it didn't because it wasn't touching anything.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, okay, you're right.
So what I typically do, because on the S it's just extra, I'll delete it.
I see.
Right. Everything else is good. Okay. I really caution against filling because it doesn't look good. Right? I tend to stick with outlines.
Okay.
Okay? Just
for glass?
For glass. Okay. You want the best look. Fill, you'll see all the lines.
And you're still 1/10 of an inch.
Oh, there's no depth here. It's only the pressure of the diamond.
Okay.
Right? We're not setting depth.
It's
right?
not like the others.
Right. So for your best look, stick with engraving fonts or outlines. Don't fill.
Are those engraving fonts and outlines designated by some type of icon on the thing?
So when I drop text here, if I go to my folder, I can click the plus next to engraving fonts.
And then I just pick from there.
Right. Because if I want a little thickness, this is better than a fill. Let's go with test. It's got lines built in, but it's not filling across.
Not completely filled.
Right. Yeah, so you get a little bit of texture, but
not solid.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not that fill pattern. It's just way more complicated than you want to get into.
Okay.
And that's worth your time.
That's fine. Yeah.
It can do it, but
don't bother.
Right. Okay. So here's my design. Right. I don't need to set a tool path because I just want it to go wherever I've set the surface. So this is fine. This is called a contour. There's no depth associated with it. Depth is with tool paths, like we did with the that cutout of the cake topper. Okay, so my design is now done. I've already set up the machine, so now I'm going to run the job.
So there's nothing we have to set to account for the curvature of the glass?
No, you do that manually with the level. Now, if I had to put this on the other side, right, here's how I would take this. I would go like this.
Oh, and I just reverse, flip it around. Right.
Right. I would rotate it this way.
Yeah.
Right? Also, I would mirror it.
Would you have to mirror it?
No, you wouldn't have to.
I don't think you would. It's only if it's on the reverse, like if you're engraving on like the inside or the back side of the glass, right? Something like that.
Sorry. So yeah, you just rotate it, and this up
just
here.
Put it upside down.
Yeah. This right here, this feature right here will rotate, click 90 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So congratulations. I select what I want to group. Now notice I clicked here, but it's not all grouped. So the best way to do it is to draw a marquee around it. because now there are 3. There's this.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have engraved this part or that part. Okay,
correct.
Got it.
And you'll see it and you'll go, oh, how come that didn't happen, right? So they're just no longer text, so it automatically.
So you have to highlight it all before you do the job.
Right, and so I did this. I changed in Engrave and Engraving defaults. Oh, select it. You always want to do it this way because it's possible that I may need to re-engrave this, and I may want to break it up and only do like, you know, the exclamation point. Right? So it'll only engrave what's selected. So if I just clicked on congratulations and I clicked engrave, notice there's no top of the eye and there's no exclamation point. So I'm going to hit close. I'm now going to select everything. Engrave. There you go. Center based, right? This funky little mark, that
so
means
origin.
where it means where home is set on the machine.
Okay.
So if home is set here, that's where everything's going to be referenced from. Right.
Okay.
Normally, with your like acrylic heart or your cake knives, home, you'll see this funky mark up here.
Up in the corner.
Right, top left corner. Okay, so now our settings. I always reselect the material, glass engraving. Okay, notice cut velocity of 0.4, plunge velocity of 0.6, clearance of 0.3. But now, I'm going to rotate the spindle. I'm not using the vacuum to suck up chips. I am not using the proximity because I set the surface manually. So this is why it broke last time. Those settings were wrong. What is it looking for? It was looking for the proximity and it pressed and pressed and pressed until that was hit. That was already enough to break the glass. So you need to turn proximity, a #1 setting with glass engraving. When you set a surface, if you want to reference that surface, turn off proximity.
Okay.
Because proximity will override a set surface. Okay, so that's why it broke last time. Pump. Make sure your pump is on so it'll pump the liquid on here. If something's wrong with your pump, you can manually spray water on it. But like, you don't want to do that. Right?
The way it's supposed to.
Right. So I've got that there. I've verified my settings. I send the job to the engraver. Okay. Job will come over. I press start to run. The pump will automatically go.
Oh, it turns the glass. That's what I was wondering about the curve.
What it does is
Got it. So it's always
it takes
flat.
this and rotates it about the diameter you
It's turning the paper, not turning the pen.
Well, it's also turning the pen. It's rotating the pen.
But not around like this.
Yeah, that would be a fifth axis.
Yeah.